Hello, this is Santosh Shinde, Assistant Professor, IT Department, VPKB IIT Baramati. Today now we are going to get an overview of fundamentals of segmentation, which is the first chapter in Unit 4. Now let's see what is segment or segmentation first of all. In reality, image on the display screen is often composed of several pictures or items of information. There are several items of information in a picture, a graphical picture that we display on the screen. It may have a picture of the overall object and a close-up of a particular component, or it may also contain information about the object, some error information. For example, we may wish to display the design plans for a building, suppose. The plan may contain structural diagrams, electrical diagrams, plumbing diagrams, heating diagrams. So sometimes we may wish to show all of this information simultaneously or look at the individual elements. Take another example of an animated spaceship, animated display of a spaceship in which is in a motion. We might want to show the spaceship at different positions while background remain fixed, or maybe spaceship is fixed and the background is moving. That way we can create animation. So how we do this? So basically our image is stored in something known as display file, which we have seen in the first unit, concept of display file. To humans, an image is just a collection of pixels, random pixels, which is arrangement of objects and regions, or which is composed of many objects. So in order to display this sub-picture structure, like we want to show only electrical diagram for a building, let's say, or in an animated display of a spaceship, we want to only display a spaceship. These are individual sub-pictures or objects. And to reflect this sub-picture structure, we divide our display file into segments. Each segment corresponds to components of the display. We shall associate a set of attributes with each of these segments. Okay. So fundamentally, we are dividing our display file into number of segments. So this is a display file, and we are dividing this display file into number of segments. Each segment corresponds to a sub picture, or you may say simply an object on the display. Okay, and associated with each of these segment, there are a set of attributes which are stored in the form of a segment table. So the segment table indicates portion of this display file which is used to construct the picture. So like here you have a smiley face, this is an object, and we say this is one segment stored in the display file. This arrow is another segment which is stored in the display file, and it is stored in the display file in the form of a segment table, where each row of the segment table corresponds to a single segment. And associated with each of these segments, certain attributes are associated. One such important attribute is visibility. Okay, so each segment is given this visibility attribute. The segment's visibility is stored in an array-like structure. What we do with this visibility attribute is, if you want to show the segment, we set the segment's visibility attribute on, otherwise we set it off. Like for example, we want to display this smiley face, but we don't want to display the arrow here. So the visibility attribute of this smiley face segment, it will be set off, and the visibility attribute of this arrow segment will be set as off. Okay. Now this is how the segment table is arranged. What we have in the segment table is, we have the visibility attribute, which we have just talked about. One of the most important attribute is visibility attribute. Apart from this, we have some transformation attributes like scale, translate, rotate, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this is the segment table, and for uniqueness, we must give each segment its unique name, and that unique name is nothing but the number. So these numbers will identify the segments in a unique fashion. For each segment, we need some way of associating its display file position information. So that is given by this segment start. Segment start means starting position of the segment in the display file. Like for this segment, the starting position is, this is the starting position. For this second segment, this is the starting position of the segment. And then the how we get the ending position by means of the size of the segment. So what should be the size of this segment in the display file? This much is the size of the segment. For this arrow, this much is the size of the segment. So we are going to specify the starting position of this segment in the display file and the size of the segment. This will be there in the segment table. So segment start in the display file, segment size, and other transformation attributes like scale, translate, rotate, etc., etc., which will be used for animation purpose, and the visibility of the segment, which may be on or off. If the visibility is on, the segment will be displayed. If the visibility is off, it will not be displayed. For example, the segment number 1, let's take an example. Segment number 1 will refer to the first named segment. Okay. If we wish not to show segment number 1, its visibility attribute value will be set to off. If we again wish not to show segment number 3 here, suppose, we will set its visibility entry to off and it will not be displayed. When we show the picture, then we shall consult the segment table to determine which segments are visible and which are not, and the visibility attribute will give you this information. We look up its starting position and size and pass this information to the display file interpreter, because ultimately the display file is interpreted by the display file interpreter. We have seen these concepts in the first unit, and they will accordingly display the image on the screen. We can use other schemes for implementing segment table, but we choose this because its accessing is simple, updating is straightforward. As such, other schemes are like linked list. We use arrays because they are simple and straightforward, but linked list can also be used, but then you need additional memory here for links. So the segment table is formed by using arrays, and an alternative approach is linked list. In case of arrays, maximum number of segments that can be included in the segment table are equal to the length of the arrays, but with linked list there is no such limit on the maximum number of segments as the list is dynamic. In linked list, ordering is achieved by simply adjusting the links. In case of arrays, we have to move actual segmented information in the process of sorting the segments. The disadvantage of linked list is it requires more storage, and the linked list deleting the cell means changing two links, whereas deleting a segment in arrays means moving the entire subsequent arrays further. So this is all about fundamentals of the concept of segmentation. In the second part, we will see different operations on segments. Thank you.